Hey guys, I'm making another Naruto card game video. This one I'm going to go over some of the phases in a turn. The phases would go start phase, mission phase, organization phase, battle phase, and end phase. The start phase is just kind of the beginning. You draw 6 cards, or then thereafter just 1 card. At the very beginning, you'd roll to see who goes first. You wouldn't have any turn markers because the first time you start on 0. So let's say these are my 6 cards. And so the very first turn, my turn marker is 0. So I can only bring out 1 ninja or play 1 card with the cost of 0. So the only ones that I could bring out would be Shikamaru, Hinata, and Sakura. So let's say I want to take Sakura, I put her in my village, and I would just end my turn and go from there. I wouldn't really choose to attack because, well, first turn you can attack, but it's just not very strong. You can send out up to 3 teams to attack, and the opponent can respond back with a number of teams just depending on the ones you sent out. So if you send out 2, your opponent can respond with up to 2, but that's more into the battle phase. So the mission phase, you have deploy your ninja, you can play mission cards, charge chakra, play client. I don't have a client, and charging chakra I wouldn't do yet until I really need to, because you can charge as much chakra as you like. So next is the organization phase. So an organization phase is when you take your ninjas played and put them into teams, up to 3, and then you can calculate their battle. So for instance, let's say I have Sakura and Kakashi and Shikamaru and Hinata. So on any basic card, you have 2 values. You have the healthy and the injured status, but you have the leader and support numbers. The first one, that 5, is your leader, and the 3 is the support. So if I put this as my leader, I would have 5, and then if I put Hinata as the support, it would get an extra 1, and if I put Shikamaru in there as well, I would get an extra 2, because they're all healthy. So you'd stack them like this, and that's your team with a combat power of 8, because it's 5, 2, and 1. That's before effects or anything else. And then Sakura is just our combat of 3. So what you could do, going into the next phase, which is our battle phase, the very basic thing is you can send out teams. So I could say I'm sending out Sakura, or I'm sending out Kakashi's team. Your opponent can then respond with their own teams, and then you would go into the jutsu exchange. The only jutsu I had was this one, which requires a person with clone status, which neither of them are clone status, or have clone status. But if your opponent has, you can choose not to play a jutsu, but your opponent can choose to play a jutsu if they have the right chakra for it. They can respond to it, or if you do play a jutsu, then your opponent gets to respond, and theirs would go before yours, and so that's just the basic. Actually, no, I think yours might resolve first, but that's going into showdown, which I'll make another video, because that's an in-depth thing that I would have to explain a little bit more about. But anyway, every turn your turn marker will increase by 1. So after my first turn, where I just got to summon Sakura, next turn it would go up by 1, so I could summon out Ninja with 1 turn cost. So I wouldn't be able to use Kakashi until the 4th turn, because his turn marker cost is 4. Alright, that's the basics.